Hi, I'm John Bowes, Chair of the Marshfield Democratic Town Committee and State Committee person for the Plymouth and Norfolk 1st District. It is the weekend of Labor Day. In South Shore, we have over 14 rallies going all across the South Shore, and we're down in Marshfield at 9 a.m. Because postal workers get up early, showing our support for the unions, organized laborers, and everyone that earns a paycheck. I am here with
Scott Doughty. I'm the president of the Massachusetts State Letter Carriers Association.
And tell us why unions matter.
Well, unions built the middle class. They all have to stick together. If this administration has its way, there'll be no more middle class, just the super rich and the poor. So it's important that we stick together and
fight for the union.
Yeah, and just yesterday, Donald Trump dissolved 6 more contracts representing federal employees. So the Postal Service is in his sights.
So if you haven't been paying attention, Donald Trump wants to privatize the U.S. Post Office, which is illegal because the U.S. Post Office is actually in our Constitution. First Postmaster General was Benjamin Franklin because he knew how important it was to be able to reach every single citizen. What do you think about privatization?
Yeah, privatizing would be the end of the Postal Service. It would be sold off the high density areas to people like FedEx and UPS, leaving only rural areas where the Postal Service would go, because they will not go out into the rural areas, and that would be the end of it. It wouldn't be able to survive. So it's a place where people meet and communicate, and that was the Benjamin Franklin's decision in the Constitution.
So just remember this: most people in rural areas, the only person they see is postmen and postwomen. So it's a huge deal for us to be able to communicate with everyone. Remember, for a price of a stamp, you can send a letter to anywhere in the country, which no private corporation can afford to do. So thank you.
Betcha. Thank you, John.
Remember to thank your postal workers, thank your union members, and have a great Labor Day. This is John Bowes. I'll see you on the campaign trail. I want to thank you guys for coming out. A lot of you have come to the rallies throughout the summer. The rallies are hugely important because they get a positive spin and help us build our grassroots organization. We have got a solid grassroots organization on the South Shore. Indivisible, 5051, Move On, all the Democratic Town Committees. I generally refer to us as the good troublemakers because that's what we're doing. In memory of John Lewis, we are causing trouble. So, winter is going to be abysmal. Fall is not going to be great. We're going to start to have bad weather, which means we need to pivot from rallies to winning elections. So this is very important. Starting in September, we're going to be doing postcard parties. We're targeting specifically 3 cities which have municipal elections. One is the city of Weymouth, the other is the city of Taunton, and the third is the city of Brockton. Now, we're nonpartisan. A lot of the groups are not actually affiliated and they can't support candidates, but we are going to support our base. The problem with the Democratic base is it does not show up in municipal elections. So, I don't know if you have heard, the Mums of Liberty have set up shop in Weymouth and are actively targeting our school committees. So it's important that we make sure we get our base out. Oops. Oh, and don't forget to vote for Ed Markey. It's important that we get our base out. So what we're going to be doing is at these postcard parties, we're going to be sending postcards to Democratic voters who have bad voting records in municipal elections to remind them to vote in the upcoming election. Okay, so we're specifically reminding our friends they have a responsibility to get out there and vote. After that, in October, we're going to have what's called Days of Action. The single best way to make sure somebody votes is to interact with them in their neighborhood at their doors. So what we're going to be doing is in those 3 cities, we're going to be doing lit drives, which means we're going to be going to their doors and dropping off a piece of paper at their door. Specifically, those 3 city committees are going to host food drives as part of their Get Out the Vote reminder. So 2 weeks before the municipal election in November, the city committees will be hosting food drives. And what we're going to be doing in the first part of October is dropping off invitations to all our Democratic base to remind them to vote and to donate to the food bank. So look for those coming in September and October. Right now, I just want to thank you. We've got a few union members here. Please, let's give them a big round of applause. Remember, the unions are on the front line of the actual fight. As my grandmother used to say, the natural enemy of fascism is the union. Because labor organizations were the first group after the religious groups that the Nazis conquered. So please remember, support your union workers and stand strong against privatization, the Weld scam. So thank you all. We'll do a quick photo op with Joe. Appreciate everyone coming out.